Dave Schurman from FirstOntario Credit Union joins us for a Finance Friday. And Dave, we've got another student question to answer. They've been great. But first, we're going to talk about payday loans.
Yeah, payday loans. I thought it was important to talk about payday loans today and this time of year because of a couple of reasons. Number one, the pandemic. People are feeling a little vulnerable, and number two, around Christmas time. So it's a perfect opportunity for a lot of these companies called payday lenders to market to people that may not think they have other choices. And so payday lenders are not good for people. If you're wondering what a payday lender is, they'll probably have names like instant loans, quick loans, fast cash. Instant approvals, things like that in their names. They're short-term loans, generally a couple of weeks or until your next pay, so hence a payday loan. And they're very costly. I mean, they really prey on people, and they're all over the place. They're regulated provincially, and they charge very high fees and very high rates of interest.
Mm-hmm. And we've got a slide that we're going to put up that kind of shows the math, because it seems like a great deal, or they're going to give you money right away, but you're going to have to pay for that.
Yeah, and it doesn't seem like a lot of money. So again, the example here is $300 for 2 weeks. So again, until your next pay. The cost of borrowing, which again is regulated provincially, so that's the maximum they could charge. Cost of borrowing is $15 per $100 of borrowed. So in this case, you borrow $300 times 3 for $15 cost of borrowing per 100. It's $45 for 2 weeks. Again, it may not seem like a lot, but that's 15% if you paid that $45 for a full year. But you're only paying that for 2 weeks. So that works out to actually 390% as an annual interest. Again, it's like highway robbery. It's taking advantage of people, and 390%. I mean, it's just ludicrous. If you look at it another way, take that $45 out of $300. It's like paying another tax on your paycheck.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. But yet a lot of people feel that they have to use it because if you are in a precarious living situation, you don't have an address, it's tough to deal with a bank or a credit union.
Yeah, and again, banks and credit unions will talk to you. People may be scared to go in, and they get enticed by this, instant approval, no questions asked. Well, there are questions asked. You have to have a job, you have to have a pay coming in, you have to have a bank account. Mm-hmm. So really, you can get better options at a financial institution that's not going to charge you 390%. So stay away from them. Again, you know what? There's more payday lenders in Toronto than there are Tim Hortons. So that's how prevalent they are.
Ah, that's amazing. Let's finish off with something good. With a question from 10-year-old student Clara Puskar of Glendale Secondary School. She asked Dave, how can a college student build a credit rating? That's a good question.
Yeah, thank you, Clara. Again, another student from Miss Gilchrist's class, so grade 10. Thank you very much, Clara. And again, great question. In order to get a credit rating, you need to have credit. It's kind of like a catch-22. You don't get a credit rating from the credit bureaus until you actually have credit. So a student credit card is a great idea to start building some credit. Most financial institutions, if you're of legal age, will give you a credit card in your own name, even without your parent's signature, with a small limit on it. If you want a higher limit, probably the parent's signature will be required. But that's, you have to use it wisely, obviously. Put a little bit on it, pay it off right away. That'll start to build your credit. A cell phone plan in your own name, again, is another great idea because that's reported to the credit bureau as well. Also, student loans. So if you're going to college and you get a student loan, that's a debt. That's going to be reported on your credit report. But, the big thing to keep in mind for everybody out there, students and everyone, is credit rating is a very delicate thing to have. It takes a while to build it by, making your payments on time and being reliable, but it only takes a few minutes to kill it, and that's by being late on payments. So make sure you're reliable and you make your payments on time.
Okay, great question there. Dave, great to see you. And if you have a financial question or topic that you want covered by Dave, you can email your questions to financefriday@firstontario.com or get in touch through Twitter at finance_Friday. And if your question or topic is covered on air, you're going to win a gift card from a local business in your community.